Hey everyone, welcome back to my Loom kitchen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these Loom Frappuccinos, or if you don't want it to be a Frappuccino, it could be a Loom smoothie or a milkshake. You just have to change the color of the straw and not place the logo. It's relatively fast and simple to make, so click on the recipe link below to get to the recipe page to find out the number of bands needed for this creation. After that, come back and let's begin. To start with our Frappuccino or smoothie, you will need your regular loom. Remove the center row and have your remaining two rows facing in opposite directions. I have my front facing to the right and my back row facing to the left. We will only be working within 10 pegs. But let's do a few of the items that we have to pre-make before we start. For the straw, you'll need, depending on how tall or short you want your straw, I'll make mine maybe 5 or 6 bands. Get a single band, double it on itself, and just create a chain on one row going down. However long you want your straw to be. So I have 5 chains and then single band, cap that off as tight as possible. Then get your hook and just loop it up. Two white bands. Pull that through and just set it aside. If you're making a Frappuccino and you wanted to add the round green emblem, make a chain of double single bands 10 pegs down. And cap it off and then hook it up. Now take one end and sip it through the other to make it round. Get a single band of the flavor you're making. Today I'm making a caramel Frappuccino. Put it through, just that way, and set it aside. Another item that we need to pre-make is the rim of the glass. And they look like this. And to make that, you get a clear band, get your loom hook or a crochet hook, wrap it around your hook 3 times. Get another one. Three times. So there are 8 rounds on your hook. 2 bands. And push those wrap bands up and over. Pull those 2 bands through. Do it one at a time so they're side by side. You'll be needing 10 pieces of these glass rims. Okay, let's start with the whipped cream. You're going to get 2 of your whipped cream bands. Wrap it around your hook twice. Then you're going to grab 4 white bands, and you're going to pull the wrap bands over, pull those 4 bands through. Now you're going to get 2 bands on one end and the corresponding other side of those 2 bands. Place it down on one peg and the other side exit on the peg across. Then the other 2, place one end here, X the other side here on 4 pegs. Now you're going to get 2 bands and go across around those 4 pegs. Then you're going to lift the lower 2 bands up and over. Then you're going to get 2 bands and extend this to 6. Close it off here. Another 2. And we're going to go do 2 bands across and around the 6 pegs. And we're going to lift all the lower bands up and over, leaving the 4 new bands that we just placed on each peg. We're going to go around the 6 pegs 2 times. After 2 rounds on 6 pegs, we're now going to extend to 10. So get another 2 bands, exit here, and exit over here. And another 2 bands here and here and here and here. Now we're going to do the same process of laying down 2 bands all around these 10 pegs. And we're going to do and lift all the lower bands up and over after each round. So we've done 1 round so far on our 10 pegs, and we're going to add on our straw. So get your straw and take one of the bands, put one end here, the other end here, and take the other band, put one here, so you have it distributed in that portion. Now you're going to get 2 bands again and go across the 10 pegs. And we'll lift everything up and over. We've just finished the second round on the 10 pegs, and we're going to start laying the base of our glass. So you get your clear glass bands, and we're going to weave this through. Pick up all the whipped cream bands on this peg. Pull those glass bands through. Put one end on to replace that peg. Lift it off your hook. Pick up the bands on the next peg and replace it with the other end of those glass bands. And we're going to do that all around. So after laying down the base of your glass, you should have 4 clear bands on the 10 pegs left. And then you take your pre-made rims and we're going to line up. We're going to line those 10 pegs with the pre-made rim. Now we're going to lift all the lower 4 bands up and over on each peg. So now we're going to start with our foam layer before we get to the main color. And for the foam layer, I like to mix the actual color I'm using. So today I'm using these caramel colored bands for my main color. And for the foam, I'm going to mix it in with these flesh colored bands. So I get 1 caramel and 1 flesh. And I'm going to lay that on the 10 pegs. And after lining the 10 pegs, and we're going to lift all the lower bands up and over again. Okay, on our second foam layer, that's when we add our, if you're going to make the actual Frappuccino, mini Frappuccino, you can add your little logo portion here, right in the center. Just attach it that way. Then we do a second foam layer of the mixed colored bands. And after laying this around, same process, lift everything up and over. So we've finished 2 layers of the foam and we need 1 more foam layer. And after this foam layer, you're going to do 2 more layers on the 10 pegs with just your main color. So finish off this foam layer, lay it down, lift everything up and over. Then you do 2 more rounds of just the main color of your drink. And so pause your video and come back when you're done and we'll resume from there. So we just finished our layers on 10 pegs, and we have 3 rows of the mixed colors, the lighter brown and the main color, and 2 rows of your main color alone. Now we're going to decrease to 8 pegs. So from here, smoothen out the bands, then separate the top and the bottom. Put your hook through, pick up the 2 lower bands, put it here, and release those other 2 bands. Same for the back, smoothen it out. Now put your hook through, pick up the 2 lower bands, put them here, and just release those 2 bands. So we're now on 8 pegs, and you're just going to get 2 of your main color bands and go around these 8 pegs, lifting the lower bands up and over after the round. And we're going to do 4 rounds on 8 pegs. So pause your video, finish up 4 rounds on these 8 pegs, unpause when you're done, and we'll resume from there. So we've just finished 4 rounds on the 8 pegs, and now we're going to attach the lower portion of our logo for those doing the actual Frappuccino type. Just slip one of your main color bands through and like a slip knot, just that way, and just attach the portion here. Like that. And now we're going to decrease to 6. So smoothen out the bands here. Separate the top 2 from the bottom 2. Put your hook through, pick up the lower of the 2, and place it over here. Pick us up and release. Now over here, smoothen it out and separate the top and the bottom. Put your hook through, pick up the lower 2, place it here, and just release those other 2. Now we're going to do 1 round of double bands on the 6. Now in the second round, you're going to get 2 bands, then single band, double, then alternated. The 2 bands, doubled up single, 2 bands, and lift. And our last round, just plain single bands around the 6. Now the close is off. We're going to start here, but first we go here and pick up the lower of the 2 bands, bring it over here, push back those upper 2 bands, lift only the lower, hook through, pick up only the lower band, hook through, lower band, go across, hook through, lower band, hook through, lower band, only 1 band on this peg, bring it here, and we're going to tie this portion off. One band, slip knot, just tuck the lower portion in a bit to shape it, and that's it. Remember, you don't have to make actual frappuccinos. You could make them plain smoothies without the emblem. That's just completely up to you. Your straws can be a different color if you want them to be. So I hope you like it. Enjoy.